Alright, so we've learned how classes work, okay? We've understood that you need to put an initialize function if you want to initialize any parameters. We've learned how to call those attributes, and now we're on to adding functions for our class. So I'm going to go ahead and create our students class again, okay? Or don't need for the brackets there. And then I'm going to create our initialize function, and I'm just going to stick with two parameters this time, name and age. And then I want to say self.name should be equal to name, self.age should be equal to age. Alright, so this is our very basic students function. We can initialize objects from here, get their name, get their age. Now, wouldn't life be easier if we could use functions? For example, if I created a function called display student, and when I call display student, I can get their name and their age immediately without having to print out student1.name, student1.age. I can do it in one simple function. So bringing this class down, let's go ahead and add that. So our next function is going to be display student. Okay? Now the parameter takes a self because again you need a way to reference it. And over here now what we can do is return, and we're going to return a string. All the string is going to say is student name is, and then go ahead and add self.name, and then or actually in quotation marks over here, and age is, and then go ahead and convert this into a string, self.age. So let's quickly go over what we did. We created a function, display student, took the parameter self, and all we're doing is returning student name is, and then returning the student's name, and then its age is string of self.age. Reason we're using string is because our age is going to be an integer, and we have to convert it into a string. That looks good. Let's go ahead and initialize the student. So for simplicity, I'm just going to call my stu. I'm not going to write student1 and all that because that takes a little too long time, and I don't like spending so much time. As they say, the best programmers are those who are lazy, and I can definitely tell you I am a very, very lazy person. So stu is equal to students. His name is going to be Chad, and his age is going to be 15. So stu looks fantastic. And now what I can do is I can call stu.displayStudents. So it gives me students object has no attribute display students, and that's because I put that extra s. I'm sorry, it's actually display student. If I hit enter, I get student name is Chad and age is 15. Isn't that cool? So what you can do now is after we've added the attributes to our object, initializing over here, I can use those attributes in different functions. So display student worked fantastic. If I have student 1 to 10 and I want the basic data of what's his name and what's his age, I can say student1.display student, student2.display student, and so on. And all that would do is it would return the name and the age. So again, that's pretty cool. I mean, this was a basic introduction on how we can use functions in our classes, how they work, and how we can call our attributes that we've created to put those values in strings and stuff. So in the next lecture, we're going to be talking about some attributes again, and we'll learn how to add, modify, delete, and set. Okay? Add, modify, delete, and there's one more. I'm not sure it's set, but there's one more function I'm missing here. We'll learn how to do those with attributes. See you then.